9 inches in height. The unique stature of the Pygmy people is explained by their living environment with low light levels in dense forests, leading to a lack of vitamin D and limiting calcium absorption from their diet. Additionally, the calcium content in their food is also very low. But here's what's truly amazing about these communities. The Pygmy tribes are actually excellent hunters, with incredibly keen hearing and a sense of smell that surpasses what most people can imagine. The Pygmy people live in small family groups, each consisting of around 10 households. Their homes are makeshift grass huts, built in a circle, with the chief and elders' houses positioned strategically in the center. A very unusual characteristic that will surprise you is that they reach puberty very early. By the age of 8 or 9, they are already physiologically mature. However, the Pygmy people have always adhered to monogamy and maintain a very fair division of labor, where those who contribute more to the community receive more, and those who contribute less receive less. This creates a remarkably balanced social system. If you find these small people fascinating, leave a number 2 in the comments below. In certain regions of Congo, an extraordinary social norm exists where, if a man decides to marry a twin, he is often expected to marry both identical sisters to maintain the sacred bond between them. This isn't just a suggestion, it's a deeply held cultural belief about preserving the spiritual connection between twins. Try to imagine this for a moment. It could mean having 2 or even 3 wives who all share the exact same face. Do you think you could actually tell them apart? But that's not the only surprising wedding tradition. Another mind-blowing custom at Congolese weddings is that no one is allowed to laugh. You heard that right. While weddings in most countries are filled with laughter and joyful celebrations, weddings in Congo are marked by respectful silence as a sign of reverence for traditional ceremonies. Guests are asked to remain quiet, focusing entirely on blessing the newlyweds and reflecting on the serious responsibilities and obligations that come with marriage. Our 5th fact is so unusual it sounds like fiction, but it's completely real. While the rest of the world celebrates New Year every January, Kinshasa has a tradition where the true New Year is celebrated only once every 50 years. As a sign of reverence for traditional ceremonies. Guests are asked to remain quiet, focusing entirely on blessing the newlyweds and reflecting on the serious responsibilities and obligations that come with marriage. Our 5th fact is so unusual it sounds like fiction, but it's completely real. While the rest of the world celebrates New Year every January, Kinshasa has a tradition where the true New Year is celebrated only once every 50 years. When this special year finally arrives, the celebrations are so epic they include feasts that last for 3 straight months. The preparation for this mega celebration begins years in advance, with families saving money and resources specifically for this extraordinary event. When the 50-year New Year finally comes, the entire city transforms into a festival ground where normal life essentially stops for months as people engage in continuous celebration, storytelling, and community bonding. Now, let me tell you about the Sapeurs, members of the Society of Ambiance Makers and Elegant People, known as La Sape, who dress in $10,000 designer suits to walk through the slums of Kinshasa. For them, fashion is a non-violent protest and a way to transcend poverty through dignity and style. The Sapur movement emerged in the 1920s during the height of the colonial period as a form of visual decolonization. By adopting the elegant tailoring of their French and Belgian oppressors, the Congolese used their bodies as sites of liberation, asserting a dignity that the colonial system tried to deny them. This subversion continued during the Mobutu era, when Western suits were actually banned in favor of traditional clothing. Sapurs resisted this authoritarian measure by continuing to wear European fashion, turning their clothing into a silent but powerful political protest. True sapology integrates three dimensions: the spiritual, the material, and the artistic. Central to the movement is a strict honor code that prohibits violence, swearing, and any ungentlemanly conduct. In a country that has been synonymous with conflict, the Sapur stands as a beacon of pacifism, engaging in merciless duels where the only weapons are good taste and audacity. Our seventh incredible fact will change how you think about cooking. Forget pots and pans, because traditional Congolese cooking involves something called liboke, the art of banana leaf cooking. This ancient technique involves wrapping fish or meat in banana leaves and steaming them to create a distinct, earthy flavor that is absolutely fundamental to the local diet. The banana leaves aren't just containers, they're flavor enhancers that infuse the food with subtle botanical notes that you simply cannot replicate with modern cookware. Families gather around to prepare liboke together, with each person having a specific role in the wrapping process. The technique requires incredible skill to ensure the leaves are folded perfectly to trap steam while preventing any leakage. When you open a perfectly prepared liboke, the aroma that escapes is unlike anything you've ever experienced. The combination of the natural oils from the banana leaf, the steam-cooked protein, and traditional spices creates a sensory experience that has been passed down through countless generations. Despite the Congo being home to some of the world's largest gold veins and being essential for the global economy through minerals like cobalt and coltan, wearing gold jewelry is strictly taboo for members of certain inland tribes. In these cultures, displaying mineral wealth on the body is seen as an invitation to spiritual or physical misfortune. The taboo isn't just superstition. It's deeply rooted in spiritual beliefs about the relationship between humans and the earth. These communities believe that minerals should remain in the ground where they belong, and that extracting them for personal adornment disrupts the natural balance and invites catastrophe. This traditional wisdom stands in stark contrast to the global hunger for Congolese minerals that power our smartphones and electric vehicles. Our ninth fact reveals the most important law that doesn't officially exist. Every Congolese person knows the unwritten 15th article of the Constitution, which simply states, "Débrouillez-vous," meaning, fend for yourself. Article 15 emerged during the Mobutu era as the state began to withdraw from providing basic services like education, healthcare, and infrastructure. Over decades, this concept evolved from a coping mechanism into a sophisticated cultural philosophy of hustle and creativity. It has allowed people to become what they call petits prédateurs, or little predators, who carve out spaces of power in a context where the difference between legality and illegality has lost all meaning. This philosophy has created incredible innovations. For example, there are entrepreneurs called chargeurs who tap into defective streetlights to charge mobile phones for a fee, turning broken infrastructure into business opportunities. People invent their own jobs, create their own solutions, and build their own support networks because Article 15 teaches that waiting for help from official sources is futile. To avoid the corruption of human police officers who often follow Article 15 by seeking bribes, Kinshasa installed 8-foot-tall solar-powered aluminum robots to direct traffic. These mechanical officers have high-definition cameras in their eyes and are generally more respected than their human counterparts. These robot police officers weigh 250 kilograms and are equipped with cameras that transmit live video to a central police command. While human police officers might be tempted to ask for pocket money or create complications for drivers, the robots simply do their job without any personal agenda. The robots have become symbols of hope for objective, unbiased authority in a city where human officials are often associated with corruption and Article 15 predation. Citizens actually prefer interacting with these mechanical officers because they know exactly what to expect. There are no hidden agendas, no requests for bribes, and no complications based on personal relationships. Our 11th fact reveals the most trusted news source in Congo, and it's not what you'd expect. Radio Trottoir, which translates to sidewalk radio, is an informal oral news network that operates in the streets, buses, and markets of Kinshasa. This isn't merely gossip. It's a sophisticated information system that often proves more reliable than official media. Radio Trottoir flourishes specifically when events are important and official news is lacking or ambiguous, providing a popular consensus that government newspapers simply cannot provide. Here's the most incredible part. Rumors spread so fast and with such consensus that a government denial is often seen as proof that a rumor is 100% true. For the Congolese people, the state is fundamentally untrustworthy, so the grapevine is accorded far more credibility than official sources. A perfect example occurred in 2012 when rumors of a Mami Wata, or mermaid, circulated via mobile phones. As Chinese laborers were installing underwater fiber optic cables in the Congo River to modernize the country's internet, rumors spread that they had captured a mermaid. This digital mermaid was described as a grotesque, gnarled sea creature, representing deep anxieties about foreign influence and rapid modernization. Funerals in the Congo, called matanga, are massive social events that can last 3 full days, featuring professional stand-up comedians who tell jokes specifically to distract mourners from their grief. The matanga tradition recognizes that grief is a community experience that requires collective processing. Rather than leaving people alone with their sorrow, the community comes together to share stories, laughter, and memories that celebrate the life of the deceased. Professional comedians are hired not to make light of death, but to remind everyone that life continues and that joy and sorrow can coexist. These 3-day celebrations become incredible displays of community solidarity, with hundreds of people contributing food, music, and emotional support. The comedians are skilled at reading the room, knowing exactly when to provide levity and when to allow for moments of reflection and tears. The Congo is the only place on Earth where you can visit a sanctuary for bonobos, humankind's closest genetic relatives, known for their peaceful matriarchal societies. These incredible primates share 98.7% of their DNA with humans, making them even closer to us genetically than chimpanzees. What makes bonobos truly remarkable is their approach to conflict resolution. Instead of violence, they use affection and social bonding to solve disputes. Their societies are led by females, and they demonstrate levels of empathy, cooperation, and emotional intelligence that mirror the best aspects of human behavior. The bonobo sanctuaries in Congo provide a unique window into our own evolutionary history. Researchers studying these primates have discovered behaviors that challenge our understanding of what makes humans unique. Bonobos use tools, demonstrate self-awareness, show compassion for others, and even display what appears to be a sense of fairness and justice. You might think Paris is the largest French-speaking city in the world, but Kinshasa has officially surpassed the French capital in population, making the Congo the center of the Francophone world. With over 15 million people, Kinshasa is not only larger than Paris, but represents the future of the French language. This demographic shift has profound cultural implications. The French spoken in Kinshasa is evolving, incorporating local languages like Lingala and creating new expressions that reflect Congolese reality.